Jamaica doubles down on Cuba, while the Bahamas backs off. Is U.S. pressure splitting CARICOM? In the shadows of Caribbean diplomacy, a quiet tug-of-war is unfolding. Two close neighbors, Jamaica and the Bahamas, are taking sharply different paths when it comes to their medical partnerships with Cuba. While Jamaica proudly renews its long-standing relationship with Havana's famed medical brigade, the Bahamas is hitting pause, restructuring contracts, and leaning away under the heat of U.S. pressure. This divergence comes at a time when global healthcare systems are stretched thin and small island nations are desperate for skilled medical workers. But beneath the surface lies a much bigger story, one that involves geopolitics, soft power, and the United States' growing unease with Cuba's global outreach. Is the United States now using diplomatic pressure to drive a wedge between CARICOM allies and Cuba? And more importantly, will Jamaica's stance trigger a confrontation or inspire others to resist Washington's narrative? Jamaica stands firm with Cuba. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton was crystal clear in his June 10th statement. Jamaica values and intends to deepen its partnership with Cuba. With 88 Cuban doctors and nearly 200 nurses currently serving across the island, their contribution is described as vital, not just symbolic, but a lifeline in a country grappling with its own medical worker shortages. Tufton emphasized that the future of healthcare in Jamaica will require international collaboration, including with countries like India, the Philippines, and Nigeria, to ensure ongoing training and support. But crucially, these new partnerships are not replacements for Cuba, they are additions. The message from Jamaica is bold. Cuba remains at the center of our regional healthcare solution. Jamaica's defiant tone sends a clear signal to both Washington and the wider Caribbean. Jamaica won't be swayed by external agendas when it comes to national healthcare sovereignty. In a time of global instability, choosing partners based on merit, history, and mutual respect, not political pressure, remains the priority. Bahamas backs off, under Washington's gaze. Just days after Tufton's speech, a very different story unfolded in the Bahamas. On June 17th, Bahamian Health Minister Dr. Michael Darville told Parliament that his government will pause all recruitment of Cuban health workers and move away from state-to-state agreements. Instead, future arrangements will involve direct individual contracts, fundamentally reshaping a decades-old relationship. The timing is no coincidence. The United States has intensified scrutiny on Cuba's medical missions, accusing Havana of exploiting its professionals and labeling the program a form of human trafficking. Washington has even imposed visa restrictions on officials tied to Cuba's overseas labor programs, a diplomatic warning shot that the Bahamas appears to be heeding. Despite acknowledging the critical role Cuban doctors have played, especially in specialized fields like optometry, Dr. Darville admitted that this change follows months of behind-the-scenes talks with U.S. officials. His tone is cautious, almost apologetic. The message is clear. The Bahamas is bowing to U.S. pressure, even if reluctantly. CARICOM at a crossroads. This split in policy is more than just a disagreement over contracts. It's a symptom of a larger fragmentation within CARICOM as members navigate competing influences between longtime partner Cuba and dominant neighbor, the United States. On one side, countries like Jamaica are holding the line. On the other, the Bahamas appears to be recalibrating under diplomatic duress. Such divergent moves threaten to undermine CARICOM unity, especially in areas like health, where regional cooperation has historically been strong. For decades, Cuba's medical diplomacy has stitched together the Caribbean's health systems in times of crisis. Hurricanes, pandemics, and doctor shortages have seen Havana step in when no one else would. But now, political winds are shifting. If Washington's pressure campaign succeeds in peeling off more Caribbean allies, it could reshape the region's healthcare landscape, and not necessarily for the better. What happens if other nations begin to follow the Bahamas' lead? Could Jamaica find itself isolated for sticking with Cuba? Jamaica's gamble or strategic brilliance? For now, Jamaica's defiance might look risky, but it could also be strategically brilliant. By doubling down on its Cuba alliance, while simultaneously building new bridges with countries like India and the Philippines, Jamaica is hedging its bets, ensuring it doesn't rely on one geopolitical power. This diversified approach may actually place Jamaica in a stronger position. It sends the message that healthcare is not a pawn in great power politics. It is a national and regional priority. And it asserts that the Caribbean can choose its own partners based on shared values and needs, not external interference. Ultimately, Jamaica's decision to stand with Cuba is more than a health policy. It's a statement of independence, a declaration that the country is charting its own path, even if that path defies U.S. preferences. Will the region hold the line? As the dust settles, the question remains, will more Caribbean countries follow Jamaica's example, or the Bahamas' path? Can CARICOM maintain a unified front on healthcare collaboration, or will diplomatic pressure fracture long-held partnerships? The coming months will be telling. For now, Jamaica has drawn its line in the sand. The world is watching. Washington is watching. And so are the people of the Caribbean who rely on these partnerships, not for politics, but for survival. This is more than a health story. It's a test of sovereignty, a test of unity, and a test of how far Caribbean nations will go to defend their right to choose their own partners in an increasingly divided world.